A clear rift between Europe and the US is emerging, with fundamental differences over global security threatening to soil this once unshakable relationship. And stuck in the middle of it all, Ukraine.
This war cannot be decided by just a few leaders, not by Trump and Putin, not by me and Putin, not by anyone here in Munich sitting down with Putin alone. We must apply pressure together to make real peace.
Before it's even over, European leaders at the Munich Security Conference this weekend have reportedly agreed to an emergency summit in Paris to discuss strategies for ending the war in Ukraine, after it became clear that Europe and the United States have very different ideas on how to pursue peace, with a US-led approach suggesting ceding Ukrainian land to Russia, something Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky has previously said he'd consider.
To me, there's going to have to be things like territorial concessions as well. Okay.
But European leaders say any peace talks need to include all partners in the region.
That we made clear there will not be any peace in Europe if it's not a European peace.
And the US-Europe relationship is at risk of souring further still, with Reuters now citing several sources saying US President Donald Trump will meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Saudi Arabia for talks this week. Trump has said Ukraine can also attend, but Zelensky says he's yet to receive an invitation. And with other European and G7 nations also excluded, it's raising concerns for global security.
But there was a clear understanding that we need to make sure that Ukrainian voices are at the table, that Europe and Canada is at the table, because ultimately it is also about Ukraine's security, but it's also about the Euro-Atlantic security.
These recent differences in opinion are forcing many nations, including Ukraine, to consider whether Europe has become too reliant on the US for defense support, with Zelensky now calling for Europe to unite.
I really believe that time has come. The armed forces of Europe must be created.
It's set to be a busy week ahead for international relations. And as Europe and the US each push forward with differing paths to peace, Ukraine may be forced to decide whose table they'll want to sit at. Kamashu and Reece for TaiwanPlus.